Welcome back to another live session. This is NFP guys. As you have seen, we discussed in our previous sessions as well. This week, I really want not you to miss any session, as in this NFP week, we are having quite a few great trading opportunity. As yesterday, we had two very successful trade, which is a continuation of the previous success in our live trade as well as in our premium trade. And at the moment, as today is Tuesday, coming up later we'll see that Jaws job opening in NY session, and with that news starting with the NFP, all the high impact news coming up in the market, so that could lead this market to be pretty volatile. I was looking at Xauusd, which is currently in a downtrend, and also we will be looking at some other instrument such as the USD, dollar CAD, and dollar yen. Looking at in this area, we can see the market is currently trending aggressively. So let's look at here how we can find trading opportunity in this market. So looking at, first of all, Xauusd, you'll be looking at in this instrument to see where the market is heading. As you can see, after back-to-back 4 sessions of pullback here, the market now pushing back down for weak fill potentially, and that's currently in downtrend. We see this market is highly bearish, and in that bear market, the price is currently showing significant movement. And as soon as we will find suitable entry here, we will be looking into an entry of this market. This is currently highly bearish, as you know that on the lower time frame. On gold is currently trending. So before we start today's trading session, before we look for an entry in this session, the first that we will be doing is we will be going for a full multi-time frame analysis. Now, this gold analysis was done during the weekly Forex forecast as well, and also separate analysis was made exactly to happen that, and the market is almost doing exactly as expected. If you guys have watched that analysis, then I would recommend you to watch over and over again, so that you know that exactly in what situation the market is doing or how the market is trending in that instrument. So that being said, we can see that from the bigger picture perspective here on Xauusd, from this resistance line, there is a sharp rejection from the top with back-to-back quite a few long week candles in this market. So expecting that this market to potentially now trend back down. This is what also I have discussed in our previous analysis. Let's see now this week what we can expect in this market. As we have seen back-to-back, you guys have seen that quite a few winning positions that we have opened, and today as well would like to see the market is giving the same kind of setup. As this is a very important volatile day, we'll be looking for possible entry opportunity in this market. So let's look at here on gold, starting with the monthly chart, as this is the monthly price action, and this is where we can see a little bit of different picture. From the monthly, we can see that from this resistance line on gold, with this monthly head and shoulder formation, gold has made its rejection back below here with this long wick candle formation. Now, looking at bigger picture that we discuss, always looking at the bigger picture is the key when you are looking any instrument, including gold or anything like that. Looking at the monthly, we can see that from this monthly high, there is this is a historically bull market, and in this historical bull market, from the monthly, there is a long wick rejection here with this long wick monthly candle on gold. We can see the price is maintaining that downtrend here, and with that long rejection on the monthly on gold, we may see that this market is almost to the monthly support. If we look at here, this is the monthly opening and closing, which is an important level of support, and followed by, we can see that another monthly low. So this is the previous monthly low. Both levels are quite significant here. Now if you look at the weekly here, we can see that from the weekly time frame, after the previous weekly doji here, we saw there was a long doji on the weekly time frame, and this is an important level of resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, and also resistance here. We can see the market has formed that resistance line where the price was getting that rejection from the top, and with that rejection, as you can see that the previous weekly close is a long wick pin bar. Now when we look at the market is getting that rejection from the top, this is where we can look for that potentially the market to slide below. As we can see, the previous week's rejection is a signal of potential break of this support, where the market might be coming back to this weekly low here. So that being said, from the weekly, we can see the market is currently highly bearish, and we could see potential further trend continuation. Now looking at the daily, this is where the things getting interesting here. On the daily, now you can see that previous daily, as expected, after this gap open, there is a daily bear candle with a long wicks on both sides. So this is the daily bearish engulfer with the long wicks on both sides here on this instrument on the daily time frame. And there is this is the current candle on the daily time frame that you can see. And today so far the price has bounced to that level for a retest, and then we can see that from that resistance line the price has got a sharp rejection back below here. And with that rejection on the daily time frame, we may see that this market potentially to continue to trend back below here to create a new lower low in this market. So from the daily, this is today's daily high is 3322 level, and today's low is here. We can see that the market came back to 3308 level. So high 3322, low 3308, and that is where we can see the market give us an entry, because it's a falling market. Any bounce back to the upside here in this market is where we will be looking for entry opportunity in this market. So looking at the lower time frame again, looking at the 4 hour. Now today we have seen after this pullback, the price has reached that zone here. Okay, so you can see that the market has reached that level, which is a resistance line, and in that resistance line, which is an important level of resistance on the 4 hour, the price tested the resistance, and then we can say that it got that rejection back below here with this stronger momentum. Now this is the 4 hour candle, guys. Any bounce to the upside is where we can now look for potential selling opportunity. As it is a falling market, we are looking only, we are looking only to trade with the trend. Are you guys enjoying the live session? If you enjoy, don't miss out to smash the like button, and have you said yes in the live chat if you are here, so that I know that all the members present here, we might be looking for a setup very soon. As soon as it arises, we can see the market started to trend back below in the major direction. So if you guys excited about this trading opportunity here, don't miss out to like the stream. Say yes, welcome. Patience, very good name. Patience is the key to become as successful as a trader. So here is what we can see as the market is maintaining that series of lower high here. We can expect the market, you see, this is the 15 minutes candlestick pattern, and in this 15 minutes chart, the price from this high has completely broken below here. If you look at the 5 minutes, we can see the market from this high also has broken back below here, and that's where that we can see the price to potentially drop down here to this support level, and we can see that with this drop from this high, any bounce back to 3322 level is where is an opportunity for us potentially to sell this market again. I'm waiting for an entry opportunity here. We got the directional bias here, which is a bear market. The market has tested multiple times this resistance line from this consolidation, and it's now trying to push back again to that level. So going back directly to the directly to the 5-minute chart to find a possible zone where we will be looking for entry, and we can see the market is heading back to that level where there is a high liquidity in this area. So this is where looking for entry opportunity in this market. Let's wait to see where the price is potentially be heading. Now, in this area that we can see from this resistance, we saw the market has dropped to that support, and currently the price is approaching that key level, which is 3322 level, and that's where there is an imbalance here. If you guys look at it, you can see the market has created an imbalance in that area. From this bearish drop, there is a gap here that the market didn't test that level, which is a pure imbalance in the market, and the price may try to fill that zone, and that's where we could be able to find an entry opportunity. Now, I would like to keep eye on the chart on the 15 minutes and also on the 5-minute chart so that we can have that at entry in the right time and the right place. When we are trading, especially when we are trading with the trend, we need to always look for 2 higher time frame. That means that one lower time frame with the higher time frame to combine to see the direction of the trend. The biggest mistake that most trader does is that, including myself, when I begin my trading, I didn't know anything, just looking at the candlestick pattern and trying to find a pin bar just to buy or sell, but realize that actually, in fact, it doesn't work, right? So if you look at the pin bar or just a simple strategy, it doesn't work. You need to look at the multi-timeframe analysis. So, and until I realized that always, if you want to look for the best trade in the market, then the first step is to look for the combining the higher time frame with the lower time frame. So though we are looking at the chart on 15 minutes, if you look at the chart in this 15-minute time frame, you won't see a very clear picture of the market, because every time frame you will see a completely new layout, new structure in the market, right? So if you look at 15 minutes, you might see that it's a bull market or other bear market, while if you look at the higher time frame, you'll see completely different trending direction. So that is why we need an entry time frame, which is where you will be entering the trade, and then we need a higher time frame where with that higher time frame, with this entry time frame and the higher time frame together, combining to find possible setup in the market. So if you look at here on gold, that we can see come on. So if you look at the gold here, we can see this market from the bigger picture. Already we have seen that it's a TP, please. We haven't entered yet. We are waiting for the entry setup. So if you look at this market from the bigger picture, it's a bear market, right? So therefore, we will be looking for an entry on the lower time frame from a very good area where we can have higher probability for rejection. So you can see currently the market on a support. We may see a break below here to this support, or we could see the market going back up again 3322 level, which is this session's high. Now we have the 4-hour candle. The session's close is almost 2.5 hours, And during that time period, would like to see the market is going back again for another break of this 3322 level, which is our potential sell zone for today. Are you guys ready for a big one here? So this is where waiting for, this is a potential sell zone on this instrument, and we will be waiting for the market to go ahead, hit that level, and then to reject back below here to this support level. Now here is liquidity zone that you can see. This is where the market has moved back to the upside, and the market has left a huge liquidity. When the price bounced back here, you can see that there wasn't much pullback here. After this bigger drop, the market has immediately gone back to the upside, leaving also an imbalance here. So in that area also there is liquidity, bigger liquidity, and this is the zone that the price might be coming today for a retest or for a liquidity grab here in that area. And that being said, okay, so that being said, this is a shaded area that what I think the market may come back here for another retest. Now before it drop back here, if the market is going back to the high, we have a sell zone. But in case the market is not going there, it has broken back below here, then we need to look for new zone for selling. At the moment, until the market breaks this low, we will be looking to see if the price is going back here for another retest. Though it's forming a very narrow doji, we might see a break below here. But at the moment, I'm not going to sell here. As I mentioned earlier, we will be waiting for a sessions price, which is 4 hour. If you look at the 4 hour high is here. Now, even if we don't see the price is going that high for a retest, we can look for this market to test to 3319 or 3320 level. That's a very, very important good area for us to look for potential selling opportunity in this market. Now, along the way, we might see some manipulation here, a liquidity grab. Once we see the market is doing that, we can look for entry in that area. I hope that guys you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. Well. Amazing coach watching from Zambia. Welcome. And that's great to see that we have members, subscribers, traders watching from all around the globe. Guys, let us know where you are watching from. Good to see that you are here, and share your trading objective. It's important that when you are becoming a trader, this is a part of development of your trading psychology, is to explain why you are trading, right? Which is very important to know that what is your reason for trading. Okay, that's how you can strengthening your trading psychology so that you can consistently grow. Welcome from Germany, and this is a very profitable area when you know how to trade the market, when you know how to become better as a trader. So you can see from this level, from the 15 minutes, the market is in fact trying to push back to the upside. Now, if this market going back up to the high 3319 or above, we can look for sell in this market. That's a very important area to look at, as this market is highly bearish, which is an important area of value. We will be looking into the trade. Well, we can see the market is trying to build the momentum here in this area. Now 5 minutes price action. Welcome Daniel. This is the zone that I'm waiting for an entry on gold. You can see the price has crossed from 10 and 20 EMA and trying to break this support level on the 15 minutes. And as in the past, we saw the market has created a bounce from this level to this zone where there is a liquidity. And then from here, we saw that rejection back below again to this support level on gold. Now, when we are trading this kind of market, the most important area that you need to look for to enter is the key level, right? And when we enter the trade, we need to ask some fundamental question, right? So that's why what I call the triple W. Okay, so you need to ask which way to trade. Second question, second W is when to trade. So these two questions, the answer will give you an idea of when to look for the entry. So which way to trade you can determine from the trend, from the market structure. Look for when the market is trending, which way the market structure is in this market. So which way to the first W. The second W that you need to look at is when. So once you found the directional bias, once you know that when the market is breaking down or breaking out, you have the directional bias. The next question that you need to look at is when, right? So you got the directional bias, you know that we will be selling this market. The question is, in this market today on Xauusd, what is your directional bias? Let me ask you the poll, because everyone may not agree with me, right? So let me see that what you think about this. So what's your directional bias on Xauusd today? It's gonna be bullish, bearish. So share your opinion with I have posted a poll with a vote so that you know that what's your bias on that. Flag pattern on 15 minutes. So that's a bear flag. Yeah, you are correct. So it's a bear flag, and we see that the market has in fact broken to the upside from this bear flag. Now when we see the market creating flag, so this kind of bear flag, if you are not sure about the bear flag, also you can share your opinion here. Now this is a bear flag, right? So what is a bear flag? Understanding pattern is very important. Now no matter what kind of trader you are, so you need to understand the pattern to become better as a trader. So if you look at here, this is a bear flag. Now you can see from here, this is the drop to this support, and the market has, if you look at here, you can see big drop here, and the price is in a flag pattern, so which is a bear flag. So this is the pole, and this is a rising channel. And with that bear flag, in a bear flag, as a rule of thumb, the market should be breaking below. But as a matter of fact, more often you will see that the market breaks below. Before it breaks below, it just breaks above to grab liquidity and then to return back again. So that being said, let's look at what kind of situation you will be looking at bear flag entry. So this is a pole, and then this is where the channel, right? So it's a bear flag. Now when you see that there's the bear flag formation in the market, it can be any shape. What do you expect here? you can expect to break here. But if this market didn't grab liquidity from here without breaking this high here, that means, what do you mean by also the liquidity grab? We will be explaining also later in this session, so don't miss out. These are the very basic and very fundamental concept of becoming a smart money trader, because if you want to be a better trader, you need to learn to trade like the smart money. That's where key, that's where the money, the smart money is, where the money is being made. And if you want to be a better trader, then you need to learn to trade like a smart money. Now you can see that this is where if the market didn't break that high but instead has broken back below here, all right, so that's where you see the market may bounce back again, right? So why? Because it didn't grab the liquidity from here. So if you see the market has broken above here first and then drop, most likely that this market will trend in that direction. In some cases, you will see that you will break below and then going back again up, breaking above again the high and then trending. So it might take 2 turns or 1 turn to drop again in the major direction of the trend. So that being said here, what do you see in this area? So you can see that this is a pure bear flag. With this pole, a big drop to that level, and then the market is ranging in this area. So that is the bear flag. Now, do you see the liquidity grab here? Yes, there is a liquidity grab. You can see this is the 15 minutes candlestick pattern where the market has crossed this high, grabbed the liquidity, and after grabbing that liquidity on the 15 minutes, the price has broken back below. So there is a primary, or there is a one-step liquidity grab here. But this break that you can see to the upside, that liquidity grab is not as per standard, or is not as high as expected, okay, which is basically a very weaker liquidity grab that you can see here in all those moves. There is one step liquidity grab. If this market is pushing back again and forming a solid liquidity grab that is breaking out of this bear flag to the upside and then coming down, that's gonna be pretty big move. And this is today's daily high as well, and it's a highly falling market, right? So that is we're looking at for a potential uptrending movement here. This is the 15 minutes price action here that we can see the price drop to that level, and now the price is again pushing back to the upside. We'll be waiting for that level to be tested until it breaks below. So as long as, see, this is called the trading plan. There's a saying that plan your trade, trade your plan, right? Trading plan is very important. You need to have an idea. You have to have a plan and layout in what situation you will be entering into the trade. Now guys, this is an absolutely important, right? You have seen that in our previous day, right? We had a trading entry, okay? So you guys have seen that the trade was sent out also in the premium, as well as that I have opened the position. See, this is some of our premium trade that we have entered yesterday. The first sell stop we closed in the next 3 trade in a row has given that profit target hit. Now, when you trade with the trend, when you trade the plan is very important, right? So if you look at this market where you have a plan, right? You have a plan, that's where you see the market is playing out. So that's why this is a plan, trading plan, right? What is your trading plan? Here in this bear flag, the trading plan is that if this market not breaking below this support, I'm not going to enter in the middle. I need to enter for sell if the market goes to this resistance line in that zone. Then we will be entering. Otherwise, if this market breaks below, completely below this support and start to trend back below, you need to reassess the situation. Okay, that means that reassess the market structure, because no one knows what kind of market structure it will make here. We only know that what happened in the past more often help us to determine the future, right? That's how it is. It's called a pattern. And that's why I say that, guys, if you want to be a trader, $1 million trader, even more than that, you don't need any education. You need nothing. You only need a mindset, because the language of trading is pattern. Brain can understand the pattern, right? Anyone can learn trading, because even anyone can recognize the pattern without knowing anything, right? So if you look at what is pattern, let's understand it. A rectangle, a circle, and a rectangle, right? So if I draw this here, and if I put a question mark here, anyone can answer this, right? That is pattern. So, no one need to learn the education, just need to know this shape here, right? So it's going to be another circle in that area. That's pattern that repeats. The language of trading is pattern. So you need to know the pattern. And to know the pattern, the most important education that you need is patience, and give yourself some time to settle down as a trader and then gain freedom. Okay, so when you learn to trade, you gain freedom. On the other side, there is freedom. But in the beginning, there is a setback. There is a little bit of understanding, right? So that's where most get caught up, because patience is a very rare virtue. But if you are watching this live session for an hour, 2 hours, that every day, then you automatically develop that patience. And that's what the goal is. So don't miss out any part of the live session, and also stay connected by joining the Telegram. You can find link below this video. More often, I do share many of my education, and I'll post as well as many of the promotion that given to join the premium group, the VIP group, where you can learn also my strategies, trade with me every day, with all my trade that I share in the premium group. And to enter to the premium group, criteria you can find in the free Telegram. So join the free Telegram. You can find the link. I've shared with you the link where you can stay connected. Whenever the post is given, you can see how you can get access to the academy, where you can learn, grow as a trader with me, with all my strategies, trading tools, as well as a regular daily update. All the trade that I open, I do share, and also I explain the strategy to the members who can learn and grow as a trader with me. So don't miss out. And now we are looking for an entry in this live session sometime. I know that it might be very long time for you to watch the live session, very extended, but you are at work or at sleep. But when you are on the group, all the trade is sent directly, and you can learn the education in your time before it gets too difficult for you to learn. So here is what we can see, that from the 15 minutes, the market is maintaining that bullish structure here in this locally, but it's a falling market. So we are waiting for that to happen, and then the market to break below in this direction. So this is a support level, expecting it to break down here. And this is where you can see here is this is a liquidity zone here. There's a liquidity gap here, and in that liquidity zone, expecting this market to trend down here and then to reject back again to the upside. But before that, we'll be waiting for a proper entry in this area. Now, so you can see that basically, as we discussed, the market slowly trying to push back here. Very simple. The complex here is not the strategy or the chart pattern, but developing and creating a balance of having technical knowledge and becoming a trader, having proper understanding of your own self as a trader. That means your trading psychology. And with that being said, if you are not being successful as a trader, then the first step here is to find out your trading pattern. So where you are lacking. Some of you might be very good at managing your emotion when you are trading. Some of you might be very good in technical aspect. You understand the chart. You know that this is the entry. You know that here you should be taking the profit. This is the zone that you should be placing the stop loss. But once the trade open, once the market goes in your favor, probably you are closing too early or adding position or just not letting the trade run itself. And some of you may be weak in technical analysis. Probably you are very good in trading psychology, but you don't know when to how to analyze the chart, when to enter the trade, because there's too much of information. So depending on your trading status, that I would say, you need to tailor your trading style. For example, if you are a risk taker, then I wouldn't say that take too big risk, but to increase your profitability, because trading is in fact a risk reward game, right? You can't become a trader without being able to take some risk and then scaling that up accordingly. And at the same time, when it comes down to managing the risk, right? It's not that you don't take the risk, but you manage the risk. And to be successful as a trader, you need to be able to manage the risk. That is very important to see. So that being said, here is what we are looking at the moment is a potential sell opportunity, as our plan is here to sell this market from this resistance line, and there's a support here, waiting on that the market to give us the entry opportunity here in this instrument. And I'm looking at the 15 minutes. If we look at the 5 minutes, we might see here a consolidation pattern, and that you can see it left a big gap here. So with this 15 minutes close, before the close or after the close, would like to see the price is going to revisit that 4-hour resistance line, which is the 4-hour entry and close, and that's an important level to look at. Now we could think of selling this 15 minutes candle, which we see there is a liquidity gap twice. The prices have done in a pullback in that area, but depending on how this candle is closing, you can see it's closing as a bullish doji So that means it's on the middle. As we planned that this market, we will be opening sell once the price is going to hit that potential resistance level on the 4-hour and getting the rejection. That's where you could see the market is coming back to the support. And once the market will start to drop, we could see this price to hit the 3302 level to create a new lower low in this market. So this is a neckline of this previous support here that you can see returning resistance. Okay, so you can see the price is trying to push back here in the last 5 minutes to see it's going up to retest. Waiting for that the market to go ahead, retest this level, that you could see the price to hit that zone and then to potentially reject back below here to test this support. From the 1 hour, we can see it's forming a doji from the 1 hour, which is a big long doji, and that price action is still for me potentially bearish in that area. So if you look at the 1 hour high here, is that this is the 1 hour resistance. Okay, so if we look at here, you can see, guys, this is a resistance line, okay, and also this is an order block. The price just tested this from the 15 minutes time frame, this order block, and there is a 1 hour candle close coming, which is potentially forming a doji. And that doji, if you look at the 15 minutes here, you can see it's creating a long wick candle on the 15 minutes, getting the rejection from the top here. And 30 minutes also forming a pattern. So we would like to see that primarily going ahead here to fill that some of this zone so that we can see the space created for a drop here. You see, this is the 5 minutes price action, and yeah, from the 1 hour, we would like to see the market is going ahead and hitting that level here. Okay, so it's not getting a very stronger reaction back to the upside on the lower time frame. Now, before the 15 minutes close, would like to see that it's breaking back to the upside here, that you can see. Okay, so this is the 1 minute, which is so from the 4 hour, it's almost to the resistance line. From the 30 minutes, big long candle. from the 15 minutes that we can see it's maintaining that upside bias here. So I have looked at the multi-time frame, which we can see that it's trying to penetrate this zone. And after this 1 hour close, as soon as the market will reach the high, we may be able to find that selling zone here. So I'm going to open now sell entry from this level, stop loss above this swing high, as the market already tested that level, which is around 61 pip stop loss, TP target to this support level here. And I'm placing that entry here. So the entry here at by the market, and the stop loss is 3323.71. So we are putting the sell trade here, and I'm entering by the market, and this is sharply falling market. So I'm putting my stop loss here at 3323.71. and TP target at 3308.19. Place the sell entry on Xauusd for this possible rejection back below. Now the reason the entry, if you guys look at it, you can see the price almost to the 4-hour resistance line, right? As we discussed, that the market reached that resistance line before the candle close. We have 2 hours to go, and from the 1 hour that you can see, it's approaching that 1 hour resistance. Highly likely we could see a rejection back below, as this is the hourly high and there is a liquidity zone in that area. So expecting here for this market to go ahead, fill that zone, and then to reject back below to the major direction of the trend. So that's where I'm waiting for the market to show its hand, and as soon as we will find that suitable entry, we will even add position again, as this market now we are on the trade and expecting that this market to possibly to reject back again in the major direction of the trend. So you see that 4-hour resistance line is being tested. This is what I'm waiting so far for this market to do that, and we see the price has done that. The price tested the 4-hour resistance, and it's on a key area, on a key level. So from the 1 hour, if you look at it, you can see it has crossed this high after this doji, and there is an imbalance here, 30 minutes and the 15 minutes that we can see. It's going back to that resistance line. So we are on a very crucial level. That's where you can see the price is just has tested this neckline of this previous resistance, which is starting support here. Now we are on a sell, and this is the zone. As if you look at the 1 hour price action again, we can see the price has formed a big long doji. We expecting it to reject again back below to the major direction of the trend. On the 4-hour resistance, the price sessions open and close, which is the 4-hour sessions open and close in that area, and which is an important level to look for. So you can see this is the 4-hour candle, which is back to back. This is the third long wick doji formation here in that area. So that's a candlestick pattern that expecting it to extend back below, which is a full bounce back. It has filled that imbalance here from this support level to directly to that key zone. It reached that key level. That's a full move back to the upside. Now on the halfway, running on that. This is where the price has crossed that previous session's high. So session's high is tested. Session's high is tested just now with a one single bounce back to the upside here. Now we could see that potential to revert back again to the major direction of the trend. Now this is an overextension currently we see. Just moving back to the upside. There's a very unusual bounce back to the upside here, and see the full move back to the upside with 1 minute and in all time frames. So just has gone back up. We are out with this trade. We will be looking for another entry. It just has grabbed the liquidity. It's a full breakout. Now let me delete that level. We may be able to find another entry from the 4-hour chart that you can see the price has completely broken above from the daily support level, and this is a breakout, guys. So you can see that it's a complete breakout. It's a complete breakout here, and with this breakout the market is started to pushing back here, and now as this price is moving to this 20 EMA, would like to see that how the price is reacting before we look for another entry. I'm looking at the multi-time frame analysis to see how the market potentially be doing here. So this is the previous swing high, previous swing low, which is the support down resistance. It's a complete one single bounce back to the upside, and from the 1 minute, if you look at here, and the 5 minutes, which is a complete bounce from this support level to this resistance line here, and from the daily. Now it could started to bounce for another retest of the weekly resistance as it crossed this 2 weekly low. Let's wait to see what's the plan for the market is to go ahead and hit that level, as it made a very sharp breakout. We'll be waiting to see where it is heading to. There is a doji and getting the rejection here to the upside. So another 5 minutes candle closed here in that area. And okay, this is a I'm looking at the multi-time frame to see if this market is potentially to go up further or to return again in the major direction of the trend. So from the daily, we see that there is a bounce. There is a very strong breakout here. Would like to see that the market to turn back below from that level. So it has broken out of that bull flag. You can see it has broken out of the bull flag, and as it has broken out of the bull flag, now the question is the market is trending back below or it's continuing to the upside? We see that there is a stronger bullish impulse here in that area. So, and that bullish impulse that you can see could be a continuation. Until we see that it reverses, we will be waiting to see the market to show its hand in that area. Let's keep pushing back to the upside. Now if we identify the weekly resistance line is here. This is the weekly resistance that you can see. The price may try to test the weekly resistance. Waiting on this area here. That's just the 10 EMA. Rejection coming, and I'm waiting for that possible entry again. Now daily chart again, looking at this is the daily price action. So far there is a sharp bounce back to the upside from this daily support. If we look at the 4 hour, which is complete break to the upside, and okay guys, so this is a now very crucial zone where the market may trend again to the upside, or we might see that possible reversal here. The only way we can understand now at the moment is to be patient, as coming up Xauusd opening, probably most likely unusual data coming. So if you look at here, Xauusd opening coming up, and then with this data we'll see that tomorrow coming up ADP non-farm employment change. So most likely we might be seeing a very different results in terms of data, and that's why the market suddenly has got a reaction with an unusual movement. So that reaction now we need to look at until we see if this is a reversal. That's the question, right? The price is broken below yesterday to this swing low. If that's a reversal or deeper pullback, then from the Fibonacci perspective, from the daily, can look to see the market going ahead to hit the 38.2% or above, where there is a previous daily high here. And if the market sentiment changes, we may be looking for potentially even bullish setup once we see the market has done that possibility. So that being said, I'm waiting for further confirmation for an entry coming up live on again in another session to trade the job opening as well as any trade coming on NY session. Guys, make sure you stick till the end here to learn and grow as a trader with me. So thank you for joining, and I'll see you again very soon trading live together in another session. In the meantime, any trade coming also I'm going to share in the premium group. If you guys not on there, make sure you join the Telegram channel. You can find link below this video to stay connected, where I do share promotions to upgrade to the premium. So the free Telegram channel link, you can find link below this video. Also I'm sharing with you in the live chat so that you can straight away join here to become a better trader. Here is the link, and I'll see you again very soon. Until that, guys, stay well, stay happy. We'll see you trading live together.